allow the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
Off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my Mayegun la wa mo la mo dodododo. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Mayegun la wa mo la mo dodododo. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you very much for joining me. And remember, don't stop at reading the caption of the broadcast alone. Please read the description as well. Like the broadcast. Share it. Invite your friends and your not so friendly friends, your frenemies. Tell them that Mayegun today, tonight, we are starting with another cooked book, and it is called the Budget Proposal. Thiefnubu, Akanbi pamolekun jaye, has proposed the biggest, the mightiest budget proposal on nothing. Budget proposal, the biggest of its kind in the history of the contraption. Although there is no verifiable record of what Thiefnubu and his gang spent the 27.5 trillion naira that was approved by Akanbi last year. Even though, again, the budget deficit, which Nigeria has been struggling and suffering from, is still very much with them. People have become poorer. Companies have shut down. Koolu and his gang have been printing money like the Shomolu printing press. And this time around, Thiefnubu want to spend 48 trillion naira in 2025. No one is going to ask him what or how far with the 2024 budget as well as the supplementary budget. Do you know that in the last 1 year, even though this the budget approved for Koolu was 27.5 trillion, Koolu actually spent far more than that. Yeah, on record, Thiefnubu spent over 38 trillion naira. If you add all the BC, as well as the printed money, which is also BC, and the supposed improved IGR, add them to the only one we didn't have a clue of is how much they actually sold in crude oil. So, before padding, Thiefnubu's budget for 2025 is 48 trillion naira. Now, here is, the icing on the cake. Nigerians are very poor now. They're not making any money. But Thiefnubu is assured that from that 48 trillion naira he's proposing, they are going to get a tax from you. They want to tax you. And they are sure that they are going to make 21 trillion from taxing you. They are also hoping, right, to make another 20 trillion from the sale of crude oil. And they are going to borrow the rest. Number one, they will not make 20 trillion from you, taxing you. Because waiting they want tax from you. Who are they going to? They are going to tax jobless people. They are going to tax, well, they will squeeze those of you that have a struggling business and the rest. But you see, I've said this many times on Mayegun's Diary Politico, that you can use propaganda, lies, intimidation, and all those stuff to gain power. But to sustain that power, or to run a country, you are going to need more than just a propaganda. Yeah? Questions are being asked. Even though the people being appointed by thiefnubu, they are mostly incompetent and very much expert in praise singing. They do that a lot. Oh, President thiefnubu, as you know, in his idea, thiefnubu will be saying, he no fit tells you that in idea, like coherently, okay, is somebody will be say like, you know, it's like somebody who is suffering from a terrible dementia or something like that. He can't tell you his idea, but the praise singers around him, they will tell you, oh, the president has advised, the president has said, yeah. But when it is time for thiefnubu to tell you that his idea, oh my God, you know it, right? So last year, the thiefnubu's regime proposed 24 trillion. I can't remember that. I think it was 23.5 trillion. Okay. And then when the budget got into the Akpabioli's Senate, and they started padding it, Akpabioli and his gang now approved 27.5 trillion or thereabout, right? Oh, hang on, I think it was actually 27.8 trillion, so to say. So which means they padded the budget with their own 4-point-something trillion naira, where you saw the Polytechnic in Auchi is constructing 500 million naira road in Jigawa. What do you call a technical school in Kaduna is awarded the contract to supply or to construct street lights in Bayelsa. Like that. That's what is called padding. So this one too, when it goes in, it's probably going to come out like maybe 55 trillion or maybe 54 trillion at the end of the day. Okay. So last year, they had what was called the budgeted deficit. And budget deficit simply means that you proposed, but you don't get the money. So what are you going to do? In fact, despite the fact that they added the amount of money they intended to borrow last year, they still had the deficit, which of course, Kadobi, Oduduwa, Emefiole, ended up printing the money for them. But this one is massive. It's huge. Okay? Well, 38 trillion, which means thiefnubu even kind of like spent above the supposed budget for 2024 this year. But the Nigerian electricity has been collapsing like epileptic. Warapa. They can't tell us how much they have invested in there. There was actually a report that they bought an equipment of $59 million to help monitor the Nigeria electricity national grid, so that it will trigger and alert them before the national grid will collapse. So it will quickly tell them that national grid is going to collapse tomorrow, go and stop it. So I don't know how true that is, if they actually just share the money or they, So also in 2024, I'm just trying to point out few ones that you can possibly try to fact check if from the nearly 28 trillion naira budget, if any of that can be sort of verified to have been spent, okay? So they also put it in that budget that they were going to share money. And then the student loan in that 2024 budget was put at 10 billion. It was initially 5.5 billion, right? But after the uproar, they added extra 5 billion to make it 10.5 billion, right? And according to them, they have already shared 11 billion, according to them, to 104,000 students. That's from the NELF themselves, the ones responsible for sharing the money. The budget was 10.5 billion, but they've said they have shared over 11.4 billion. That's 900 million naira above what is in that budget. So I know that a lot of you probably don't follow their budget because there's no way to verify anything. Or there are some like snippets we can pick from before we get to this 48 trillion. We'll come to that. So the student loan was supposed to be 10.5 billion. And then, what's that guy's name again? Wale Edun, your finance minister, recently came out to just drop this figure by saying that they have spent 90 billion. That is times 9. They said they have spent over 90 billion. That is like times 9 of what is in the budget, to show to you that it was like a free fall, okay, by a bonanza, ALOOTA, ALOOTA bonanza, so to say. So 10.5 billion budgeted for student loan. And Wale Edun said, no, they've spent over 90 billion. They shared the money to over 500,000 students in Nigeria, but there is no proof. The NELF, responsible for sharing the money, said, no, we've only shared 11 billion to 104,000 students. Still, there is no proof. Yeah, there is no proof. Also, Wale Edun, in the 2024 budget, they said they were going to share 150 billion. Yeah, 150 billion to the poorest Nigerians at the rate of 25,000 each. But Wale Edun came out just about 2 weeks ago and said they have shared 25,000 naira to 25 million people. And when we added the figure, multiplied it, it came to 625 billion naira shared. And that there is no proof as well. According to him, they used the sharing register, but there is no sharing register. They said they shared the money through the bank account of these people. There is no bank account for these people. But he said it. So in 2024 budget, when you add the 625 billion, they claimed they shared in 6 months. So the total of how much they claim they have shared so far, it is 1.6 trillion. They've already claimed to have shared over 1 trillion before that one. So 75 million Nigerians, according to him, 75 million Nigerians have collected 25,000 in this 2024 now, which is 1.6 trillion. But there is no proof. There is no proof. So I'm trying to kind of pick their budget. So in 2024, the budget of the National Assembly was put at 170 or 175 billion naira for 360, 460, 469 people, 469 people and their staff. They were supposed to share 175 billion in 2024, but they ended up sharing over 1 trillion naira. So they are not really following this budget, though. Nigeria to finish, man. Honestly. So the Senate first increased their own budget. They increased their budget from 170 something billion to over 400 billion. And this is minus 58 billion for cars, for demo, over 200 billion for housing. And I'm trying to pull all this figure. The ones these ones are like the publicly available figures. All right. There is no real investment in your electricity. At least to say, oh, you know what? They've invested 1 trillion naira in electricity, which means they will generate more, and there's nothing. There is no real investment in road infrastructure per se. Devolumayi collected 300 billion last year in a supplementary budget. In 2024, Devolumayi has already withdrawn over 600 billion. That is 900 billion. That's like a trillion. But Devolumayi, on record, have spent more than 2 trillion naira. Put it that way, because they gave high-tech for this Lagos-Calabar coastal highway. Remember, they gave high-tech 1.1 trillion naira from the budget, from the approved contract of 15 trillion, which is not part of the 2023 or 2024 budget. This coastal road was not part of the 2024 budget. But somehow, they were able to pull 1.1 trillion naira that they gave to Shaguri. It's not in the budget, so I don't know how they pulled that off, right? It seems that if you try to want to probe their budgets, you're just going to get lost in the whole thing. So this 2025 is like a big time sort of a cash out. Forget 2024 now. That one is Otilo. There's nothing. Sure, you get now. There's nothing to show for it. Yeah, you may see like they are repairing this. They repaired the Third Mainland Bridge, and then we saw them trying to repair the damaged part of Sososo Road, and you know what I mean. Like, there's no real investment that you can point at infrastructurally, whether it is the medical centers or the hospitals or the schools. So there's no real anything that they've invested the money on, right? I'm trying to, and this is not like a bad belly thing, okay? You can tell me, apart from them sharing money, like, just buying rice, awarding contracts, sharing money. You can't pinpoint any major thing. Remember that they claimed that the reason why they are unable to pay 250,000 naira living wage is because it's not budgeted for. So I think it is now budgeted for in the 2025 budget. So they lied to you, except if they are going to be paying you outstanding or arrears. They were supposed to start paying the minimum wage from May 2024. This is November 2024. You, the copper, they promised to pay you 77,000 naira. But they are still paying you 30,000. I've been at 33,000. So maybe in this, okay, again, I haven't started touching the 2025. I'm trying to probe the 2024. So you get, just to kind of see
of our greedy leaders. Oh, thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. Or join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey. Furthermore, our security agents, i.e., the police and the of our greedy leaders. Oh, thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate.
Oṣó ni, àjẹ́ ni, ẹlẹ́bọ lóògùn ni, amọ́niṣe níní, afàìmọ́niṣe níní, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
I am trying to see if I can make any sense for a country that budgeted about 28 trillion and spent over 38 trillion, and trying to see if I can, because you remember that there is no budget for new plane for thiefnubu, but he bought it anyway. They were to, okay. Now, apart from the one that should affect you, which we can't really pinpoint. Now, let's take a look at the ones they did for themselves. Okay. The National Assembly is able to withdraw more than 1 trillion naira to take care of themselves. Then add that to over 4 trillion naira padded budget for non-existing projects. So that's going to be like the National Assembly guys. They were able to cash out in this 2024. They were able to cash out at least 5 trillion naira from that money. Shitty man and thiefnubu, they traveled 47 times abroad, and they traveled to 23 countries 47 times abroad, and all of that at the expense of your depleted forex, so to say. So the combined travel of thiefnubu and the shitty man in 2024 alone is valued at over 700 billion naira. I don't think that is in the budget per se. It's not that much in the budget, because if I remember, for their foreign travel, this and that, they were supposed. I don't think it's up to 20 billion, but they kind of, they were able to draw over 700 billion when they traveled out of Nigeria 47 times to 23 countries combined. Okay, so then they built a shitty man, renovated his house in Abuja for 20 billion, renovated his house in Lagos for 5 billion. They renovated Aso Rock as well with over 30 billion naira. Yeah, thiefnubu's wife also traveled 13 times outside Nigeria in 2024 so far, and she's been able to spend more than 100 billion on that trip, over $700 million at some point. So I'm trying to pick on some visible things they did in 2024, because most of the others are just like audio projects, so to say, audio. So let me see. I'm trying to kind of like rack my brain. Were to kind of like cash out in this 2024. Okay, the total budget for the FCT Abuja was put at I think it was a 1.2 trillion. Wike has been given a blank check. He himself has drawn more than 2 trillion naira. They've all kind of drawn more than what they wrote in that budget. You can go and check all of this. So maybe for the first time, they just felt like, you know what? We need to kind of write a bigger number now. It's like this money no fee reach us. Even though they claimed that the reason why this budget of 2025 is massive is because Nigeria Naira has taken the hit Nigerian naira is like a trashy toilet paper now. At 1,749 naira to $1. It is a far cry from what they met when when naira to dollar was then at 610 naira to $1 official rates. Today, officially, Nigerian naira is 1,749 naira or so to $1. So, which means with the hyperinflation that you are dealing with, things have cost now, like expensive. So they are going to buy shitty man his own plane, a local plane, or maybe they're just going to let him have this used one that thiefnubu is flying, and they will buy thiefnubu another one. I don't know, you know. Come on, Baba, big time cash out. 2024, 38 trillion. Nothing to show for it. Your roads are even worse off now. Your national electricity is worse. Your healthcare system is worse. Your education system, which they have removed the subsidy on, by the way, worse. Hi. I don't know if I should feel sorry, but I don't think I should feel sorry for anyone. Because it's like everybody know, they know what they do. Right now, thiefnubu is hiring more sellers, propagandists, people to lie to you, people to tell you that no matter what is going on, you need to give thiefnubu time. His policies are in your best interest. Nigeria doesn't have the money. Now, they just sold a lie, which, like I said, propaganda can't. You can try to deceive the people, intimidate them, bully them, threaten them, do all of that. Propaganda to gain power. You are going to need more than that to run a country. They are telling you that whatever hardship you are facing right now, you are only sacrificing. While you are fasting, they are feasting. That's a cheat. That's cheating. They are not supposed to be feasting, but they are feasting. While the rest of you are fasting. So they are doing a tax reform, which according to them, even if you claim that you are poorer today in Nigeria, now lie, you go pay tax. But the tax money is not going to be enough. So they now dropped the lamba. They claimed that they have now started, Nigeria is now producing 1.8 million barrels of crude oil every day. Thank you to President thiefnubu. That would have been a good news if it is true, but it is not true. Because agenda must agenda, you get? And they have to push it. You see, when you see supposed senior government officials, NNPC guys who are dropping this number being a lamba. No, I mean, it will be like, say, it must be true. But it is not. In their efforts to make thiefnubu and this illegitimate regime look good, they don't condemn Bokohari and lie against him, right? They are lying against him. Nobody say that won't deserve any sort of a pity, though. But I mean, for the record, when thiefnubu was sworn in, right? Nigeria on the OPEC, in the OPEC website, which is the one that is giving the quota to them, Nigeria was producing 1.3 million barrels of crude oil every day. That's the record. Okay. Well, NNPC now says that no, it was less than 1 million. That is thiefnubu now, who has equipped the NNPC, who has equipped Nigeria is now producing 1.8 million. And the problem here is this. If you are producing 1.8 million, that means you are making more money. You should be making more money. The question then will be, where is the money? It is when you ask them where is the money that they will turn it to fight. If you are producing more now, where is the money? Hang on. NNPC, when was the last time you remitted crude oil money to Nigeria, and how much did you remit? On record, there is no verifiable record of how much the NNPC has remitted. In the, to cover it up, Kadobi, Oduduwa, Emefiole has been printing money. Even though they might be denying it to you, right? Now they've come out, come up to come and like confess and confirm that in 17 months, Tinubu has printed over 20 trillion naira. Ha! By the time by the time they are done with you, you go there worse than the Venezuela, and you will be so close to Zimbabwe. Yeah. They are printing money, okay, to cover up whatever they are doing with the Nigerian crude oil money. Usually, you can be able to just go onto the central bank website. Back in the days, if you go onto the central bank website, you can easily see how much crude oil sale, how much made from taxes, and which of these taxes, right? Then how much did Nigeria make from crude oil in June, in January, in February, March? Do you know that that used to be a thing? You could easily just go and be like, how much did NNPC paid into the Central Bank of Nigeria in July? You don't even need to go to the website. It's already in the newspaper. It's online. They will put it out there and say, NNPC remits $980 million. NNPC remits $1.8 billion from the sale of crude oil in June, from the sale of crude oil in July. They know they do them again since the time of Bokohari. They don't do it anymore. What you will read is how people are stealing Nigeria crude oil and it's affecting production. Or sometimes when they want to bamboozle you, oh, the oil production has improved, has increased. Where is the money? How much crude oil did you sell in January, in February? You will never see the information anywhere anymore. To let you know what APC have done to you. I think it was last week, they signed one executive order, been a bill, I don't even know what to call it. The government of thiefnubu, they signed something called the forgiveness for people who can bring back their dollars to Nigeria. They want you to go and put your dollars in the domiciliary accounts in Nigeria. Nigerians who have dollars, by law, you are asked and demanded. No, they are not asking, they are demanding that you should go and save that money in the domiciliary accounts now. By law. Meanwhile, if the NNPC has improved in the oil production, that should mean more dollars. Abi, it should be more dollars. Not your own $50, $100, or $1,000 that a whole Nigeria will be looking forward to, that you should go and put in the bank so that Nigeria can have dollars. If you are selling 1.8 million barrels of crude oil every day, 10 days alone is 18 million barrel of crude oil. 18 times 3. 18 times 3, that would be like, let me see, 36, 54, Abi. That should be 54 million barrel of crude oil. Take 40% of that. 40% of 54 million. Roughly, I'm going to use roughly now, okay? That's going to be like, let's say 22 million. Roughly 22 million a month. Multiply that by $70. $70 times 10 million. That should be 700 million. 1.4 billion. Maybe $1.7 billion. That's a lot of cash. So, no be that your own $1,000, $500 will now come and save Nigeria. I'm just using rough number now because I am terrible in math, okay? So, pardon me. But you get the message. You should get the drift, okay? So, when you multiply that way, that should be like maybe $1.6 billion every month. That's a lot of dollars. That's so much dollars available for Nigeria. Maybe not for a country like the size of Nigeria, okay? So 1.5, let's even kind of use aggregate now. Let's just reduce it and say $1.5 billion every month. That means Nigeria is not supposed to borrow money the way these guys are borrowing. If you are making $1.5 billion from crude oil every month, and from January to October alone, 10 months old, that is $15 billion. This is me trying to use average now, not the real figure, because it's probably more and more than that, if these guys are honest. That's like $15 billion. Nigeria wouldn't be borrowing money from the World Bank, where they are telling them to go and devalue their currency. Nigeria won't be borrowing 700 million, 1 billion, $2 billion from World Bank, from IMF. They will not be begging Saudi Arabia for $5 billion. They will not be going about with a Bambi Alabo begging for loan with ridiculous conditions. If these guys, NNPC, if they are remitting money, we say reason now. Oh yeah, reason now. Tell me that I'm not making any sense. Say it to me now. Tell me that what I just said right now, it doesn't make any sense. Say it to my face. If these guys are honest. Remember, I initially asked you, could you confirm how much NNPC has remitted from January to October as the money from the sale of crude oil? Can you tell me or direct me to where I can find that information? Because I have looked everywhere. I have. Nigeria is not collecting 100% money from the sale of crude oil. Don't get me wrong. I mean, fact is that Nigeria only collects royalty, 40%. I don't know if it's more than that now, 40%. So if you begin to look at how much they said they are making, they are producing, and then how much is being sold, and then the percentage of that, you will get $15 billion in 10 months. Where is the money? Where? Can anybody tell me where? Do you see that Nigeria is a country that received $15 billion in the last 10 months from the sale of crude oil? This is not even calculating the other taxes. So like all this one, they are squeezing you left, right, and center. We haven't added that one. I'm just saying using this crude oil that if these guys are honest, Nigeria have no business borrowing money that is devaluing their naira, devaluing your currency, devaluing your life as these guys are doing. This is where I always get so mad at them. And to those of you who are supporting them, Those of you who think this whole thing is a joke, this whole thing is, is cruise. They are cruising with your lives. That's what they are doing. Cruising with your life, cruising with your destiny, with your future, leaving you in abject poverty intentionally. Where is the money? Where is it? Eh? Where is it? You can't ask thiefnubu for the money. And the NNPC is now out there saying, we are now producing 1.8 million barrel. Oh, that's a lot of barrel. Okay, that should mean like more money in dollars. That should have saved your naira if these guys are honest. Imagine. Even though people believe that there is more to the stealing of your crude oil and the proceeds from it. That is why they will never share the old information with you anymore. During the time of Egberejo Lantern, this information, we could argue about this. Even Sanusi Lamido came out and said, NNPC did not remit $40 billion. Oh, they did not remit 20 billion. Remember, he said that $20 billion was missing. What he meant was that NNPC didn't remit the money. Where is the money? Same question I'm asking you right now. Oh, nobody they ask again. It's been 9 years. Nobody could give up. I was reading it yesterday when Melek Yari said they have paid the IOCs, the debt they hold the IOC, it's paid $2.5 billion. Lies. But it is a place where they are also neck deep in the corruption that you will be the troublemaker asking questions. Once they drop the lumber, don't question it. No, don't question it. So where will they see money for next year to spend the 48 trillion naira? Ribadumb has something to say about that too. Yeah, it did.
Gains, changes taking place, reforms. From now, going forward, Nigerians are going to see things. Already, a couple of things are happening. And that's why I'm happy to see our own general leading many others here. For the first time in our country, the entire security sector leaders are working as one. Armed forces, intelligence communities, civil police, all others. I want to assure you, tell Nigerians that for the first time, maybe ever, more than ever before, we work as a team. One. And we are beginning to see the gains, what we call Tinubu gains. Hundreds of bandits are killed today, every day. Tinubu gains. You move everywhere in our own country today, free of fear. Tinubu gains. Things are changing. These so-called Lakura or whatever you call them, they are making a mistake. Nobody ever dares Tinubu and win. Nobody. They have come at a wrong time. Nobody has ever defeated Tinubu. And you are going to be defeated. And we'll kick you out of Nigeria. This is a Nigeria of 2024. And this is a Nigeria where I can assure you the critics will be quiet. One after the other. Things will change in our country. And it's already changing. Many parts of our country today is living in peace. Go to the Niger Delta. Things have changed. Today, we have gotten to 1.8 million barrels of crude oil. We have not seen this for a long, long time. Tinubu gains. Southeast is getting to be at peace with itself and with the rest of our country. The bandits are running left, right. Every single day we are getting people who are surrendering. I was talking with the general. As of today, even right now, we have places where we are receiving surrendered bandits. It's happening every day. And it will happen more. Just wait and see. Critics, we will shut you up. We will do that. And things are changing, like I said. Beginning little by little, this welfare to the rich is stopping, is coming to an end in Nigeria. Special things going to the very rich, no more. Central bank is clean. Nobody is making one dime in our central bank. Unlike up to 2023. Tinubu gains. And the naira will be stabilized. It will be stabilized. Wait and see.
Nuisance lele.
That's Nigeria National Security Advisor. Just words. We will shut the critic up. No, you won't shut them up, because the only thing you should do is that you are going to continue to imprison critics, and you are going to continue to threaten them and all of that. Words of mouth of a politician, the National Sununu Advisor, National Sugomu Advisor, Ribadumb. Lies after lies, and repeating them will never make them the truth. That's the point. It will make them the truth. Is Nigeria safe? Is Nigeria safe? Yes, now, Nigeria is right. Nigeria Naira will be strengthened. But you see that lie about increased foreign reserve. Now, only people will not get sense. Unfortunately, there are many of them, dumbos in that contraption. If your foreign reserve increases, it should reflect on your Naira, your local currency. If there is improvement in your economy, you should be the one to tell, not the criminal politician. That is, you should be a political advisor to thiefnubu, not a national security advisor. People are surrendering. Oh, I was having a chat with this, the general. The bandits are surrendering. Are you for real? Well, you know, they have their audience. That's another thing. You know, people were trying their best to call out the incompetence of these guys. Unfortunately, there are willing and voluntary slaves in the contraption. Northern Nigeria, which has experienced the worst of the insecurity and economic ruin. They have people there, sellers, paid sellers. They call them influencers. All you need to do, give them 50,000 naira or give them 100,000 naira. They will deny all these existential problems. They will deny. The same people that called us names. To the end, when we told them that Nigeria here was a scam, it's a scam, it's a lie. Shut up your mouth. I saw them with their side. If you see the aeroplane that the Nigeria, may Nigeria succeed. May Nigeria here succeed. I said, it must not be the same, because it can't be the same brain that majority of you are using to defend these lies, defend these criminals. It cannot be the same brain when they take crossroad. If not, some of you don't buy like that. It can't be. It must be the brain of hypocrisy, the brain of falsehood, the brains of lies, the brains of deceit. That's what majority of you are carrying about, especially those of you, the Ronukus, the Buhari idiots, then, who have now turned to bat idiots now. They defended it. Nigeria here was a scam. You are the scam, Mayegun. You are the liar. How can you say you want to start a airline, national carrier, and then you don't even have a website, talk less of having an office? There is nothing called a training or recruitment of the staff or anything, nothing. I mean, it will probably take you years to order for planes. We were asking all these questions then. To the last, until when they now, in fact, up to 3 days before the end of the Bokohari's tenure, there are those of them who are still waiting for the Nigeria here aircraft to land. And immediately, they just pretended that they did not abuse us for years on top of that scam. Shige. And the same set of people you see out there today, they will tell you that Ribadumb is the best national security advisor. Somebody who is supposed to just be political advisor to thiefnubu, so that he can actually continue to lie to you. He know they talk with intelligence. Do you understand? Number one, you're not supposed to see him. But unfortunately, is almost everywhere. It is no longer, you cannot fight against Nigeria and win. Nobody dare Nigeria and win. It's no longer that anymore. It is now nobody dares thiefnubu and win, because thiefnubu is like Nigeria now. Ass leakers, praise singers. So when you look at all these, the Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, you will be surprised that they don't even have any love of of country in their heart. They don't love Nigeria. It's all about what they can chop. And when the likes of Ribadumb, thiefnubu, Akanbi, pamolekun, the shitty man, or any of them at all say something, they are there to defend it. They will defend it. You will think, she wants to find people you need. But most of it is, like stomach infrastructure. And it's all about peanut, tiny peanut, 50,000, 100,000. That's what they give to them. $20 or 20 pounds, 30 pounds. That's what they give to them. And the entire place can burn down. They will tell you that, Omo, now fire Olympic. If the entire country is burning down, they will tell you that, no, Nigeria is not burning down. Nigeria is just hosting the fire Olympics. I'm telling you. And that is why thiefnubu has hired a lot of this media, that. Just to tell you that now you get the problem. Now you know well. Yesterday, TJ, who went to Nigeria, called onto this program, sharing his experience, and he was like, Mayegu, If you think so now only online, you have these low lives, sewage dwellers, these ass leakers, these crumb chasers, the crumb eaters, the all-risers. You need to see, especially if you go to Lagos, you need to see them physically. It is so exhausting. Don't argue with them. If you value your own, if you really value your own mental health, it is that bad, right? That the entire country is in such a mess, economically, security-wise, and the rest, right? And there are those who will listen to the Ribadumb, somebody like Ribadumb. Do you see how he's trying to kind of correct himself? We will fix this. In fact, you will see changes. Then he quickly change it to, there are already changes. We are already seeing here. We will defend the Naira. The Naira will be strong. How? What are you producing? What is that thing that has improved in your economy? Start with power, electricity. If that happens alone, and then you say, well, people are now manufacturing, manufacturing sector is booming now. That can be something. But no, it's just all about, you will see. Give it time. You will see. You will see what we are doing. When are you going to see it? You're not going to see anything, man. It's just that, you know what? This is how it is going to run for the next 2 more years. And maybe, just maybe, there could be a real I'm just saying maybe now, because for those who have been to that contraption, they have come back to tell us that the people are already conquered. There's some of the things you see on social media that may be giving you a little bit of, hope, like, if they try to rig election, if they try to shake Nigerians are already tired. They've pushed Nigeria to the wall. They were going to fight back. Social media only, Baba. That, Mayego, if you go to the streets of Nigeria, you can see people are wearing their surrendered face, with pride. Say, this country, and this is the only God will save us. Only God will help us. We cannot help ourselves. But that's why I'm using maybe. Just maybe the likes of thiefnubu will meet their Waterloo if they continue this way by 2026, 2027. Or everybody should just try and fight until you see if you can make it to 2020, 2031. It's practically like a state capture. Technically, people have been captured. There is no ambition. There is no, what do you call it? It's no longer like the urge from the people to say, oh, more. This is enough. Bad enough. Enough of all this. From NNPC, from NLCO to TUCO to Nigerian students to their parents, everyone done hands up. Everybody is trying to look at who is going to do it first. Who is going to start it? Or who is going to push first? And as for thiefnubu, we will continue to use that hunger to wipe you to line. Everybody, yeah. And any of you who still get strength to shout anywhere, then you will be picked up. 48 trillion naira 2025. Abba, cash out, Buruku. Cash out big time. The Nigeria custom came out and said they made 5 trillion naira. And they're celebrating that in a country where you could barely, where people can barely feed you, where availability is partly problem, but where things are available, affordability is a massive problem. People can't afford anything. And it's a country where you have to import everything, almost everything. So they are increasing the import duty. They are charging the importers more, charging them more. And they are celebrating that they are making more money from charging the importers more, right? You are celebrating with them. that they are making more money from charging the importers more, only for you to now go to your local shop and you realize that you can no longer afford what you used to. And then you turn around and say, this country is very tough. These people, all these marketers, all these importers, they are the ones making life hell for us. That's why I'm like, it can't be this same brain, no, with inside that your skull, oh. It can't be the same brain when they take crossroad, oh. If not, now hypocrisy, intentional hypocrisy. You cannot be using the same brain you are using to defend APC. Using the same brain to crossroad. Like your brain, fufu, pafu, or whatever it is there, will function. Anyone with any functional brain will not sit back and defend any of this rogue, except Ntobani mental problem. They can't. And mental problem there, it's like, get a different category. I know a lot of you are pretty much like pure hypocrites, the Ronokus, suffering and smiling sufferheads. But think, it's a reason now. All the actions of these guys always have the blowback on you. Yeah, it does. A lot of you are into businesses, you have no patronage. People, no one is patronizing you anymore. It's affected, it's affecting you, or it has affected a lot of you. Poultry farmers, other farmers who are even tries to kind of still try to be in business. Nobody is affordability. No one, just cuts down the patronage. So what's the essence of the business? When your business or businesses are dying slowly, as people are becoming poorer, you that are supposed to be business people, you are suffering, you are struggling as well. Because of the policies of these guys. Celebrating making more money from custom duty. But you are not making more money that should have possibly strengthened your naira, more money from the 1.8 million barrel of crude oil. Come on. Makes sense now. It's called thiefnubu. They make sense. They make sense. And that is why I don't know what it caused the fight here, though, right? The Chinese guy had to, they said he told the Nigerian naira, is it that trashy in front of this extortionist? People wanted to possibly take money from him. He said, I won't give you the money, I'll tear the money. That's a crime, though.
It's your Nigeria money. It's your Nigeria money. It's your Nigeria money. The Chinese man tear Nigeria money. In disrespect to Nigeria. He has disrespected Nigeria. He has disrespected Nigeria.
I will not give you the money. Give us money. No. Oh, you have disrespected Nigeria. Chinko. Why would you disrespect Nigeria? Everybody is kind of like a pacing on Nigeria, though. When they fight your colonizer in the future, with the way that these guys are going, una go still go learn Mandarin, Chinese. Because last, when these people come for their money, and Nigeria don't get money, they've extracted all of your resources enough that there's probably nothing left. Now they go can't take the woman everybody could call they speak Chinese. Now your future colonizer they beat so. Last they go face out your naira. They go to spend yuan in Nigeria or some part of Nigeria. Say this area is now Chinese colony. Say what? Yes, so because with the level of reality today, you cannot pay back the loan in another 100 years. And your pbarrels, they don't collect loan. And since they have collected loans and they are all dead now, so you cannot pay back. What we do is that we have to recolonize all of you from this part to this part. May they shall not reach Ijebu because all the money where they borrow no reach Ijebu. And I bet you our Biafran brothers by then probably would have declared their own independence because all the money borrowed by Nigeria, whatever they use the money for, in no reach Igbo land. Go and fact check that too. In no reach Igbo land. Whether not for road, for rail, for electricity, Shingbai, Nigeria can be in debt of 250 trillion. Wait, see, if Nigeria debt reach, for example, if Nigeria debt reaches 999 trillion, 999 trillion, how much is it going to be when it crosses over? I've been trying to work that out in my head. I couldn't get an answer. Is it going to be 1 trillion or be 1 billion? Because right now Nigeria's debt is over 200 trillion naira. That's Nigeria debt. And with the way Tinubu is going, by the time it's done, your total debt by 2031, if you don't cross like a 600 trillion or 700 trillion. So if that debt can't enter, when Tinubu finished, right? Maybe a shitty man will take charge. So let's say shitty man can't take the debt to 999 trillion. 1 trillion to what it go be? Zillion. Wala day. Zillion. Jesus Christ. Now quadrillion, you see, everybody is trying to find a name for it. In the article, okay, I feel still be alive because we are not even talking about 100 years time. We are talking about another 80 years. In another 80 years, Nigeria debt, another 12 years, Nigeria debt fee enter 900 trillion. And if you enter that stage, I'll just leave Nigeria and go back to my country, Ijebu, because that's what will happen. I will leave Nigeria for all of now. Go back to my country. Yeah, that's Ijebu. This may sound funny to some of you, but it is not. We are talking about economic ruin for generations to come. Our children are going to be born into poverty. The poverty where the criminals who are taking the money today will be dead, gone. They will probably be gone. Their children are dual citizens. They have American citizenship. They have a British citizenship. They have all this, citizenship across all the place, right? They will live and leave Nigeria. I could just pick everybody for road. People will know Chinese, they know they forgive debts. Go and read about it. They know they lie. You cannot hold Ogun money and expect the Ogun no they forgive debt. You don't understand. The Chinese are like people who say they don't forgive debt. In Africa, they are taking airports. They are taking national properties. In Africa, people will hold their money. They will just be like, from here to here, you are now the Chinese colony. Say, sir. Yeah. Okay, I can't even speak Chinese. That's a problem. You see? You'll be like at the train station. You'll be hearing, say, Yanopaja long pay there. Say, na Yanopaja, Yano, Oshodi to Yanopaja. Or you don't go here, Oshodi Yanopaja, na Shinko, you go to here for the whole public address system. It's no longer yours. If you misbehave, go and read about Chinese. They are very good. They build rail, they build infrastructure, they build roads, belt roads, and all of that stuff for people in Africa, but they are not doing them for free. So they do their best to help your economy in their way better than the Americans, the British, the West, who just want to take your resources as much as possible, almost for free. No, Chinese are not like that. And that is why they are not forgiving debts. They don't forgive any debts. But the way you are going, now they beat your future colonizer. So you should remember that, Sha. They've given this guy a job now, though. Yeah, it's finally paid off. I hope Reno Mokri is watching. Whatever he's doing, he needs to double it or triple it. Whatever he's saying about the Igbos or saying about Obi, saying about the obedient, tell Reno Mokri to double it. While I don't first and get appointment.
If you have the time, I will tell you more about what they are campaigning with as an agenda or as a rhetoric that he did well in Lagos. I will tell you, between 1999 to 2007, if you take out context, he actually performed worse than some governors in Nigeria, because the Lagos that they say he did, he improved the revenue, he only collected tax. All the infrastructure needed for a state or in fact a country to develop was on ground. Lagos used to be the Nigerian national capital. Before Nigeria was formed, Lagos was a colony. You have all the infrastructure for economic development. As what you didn't establish them. There was seaport, there was airport, you have commercial activity, all the embassies are there. So transaction with foreign envoys is in Lagos. All the hotels are there, headquartered in Lagos. All the banks are headquartered in Lagos. All security apparatus, every facility and infrastructure for economic development was in Lagos. He didn't bring them. Asiwaju did not invite or introduce or brought to Lagos any serious foreign investor or domestic investor. And these revenues we are talking about that they claim he has generated, we are on. It's just that the government didn't have the infrastructure in collecting those. So what he did throughout this period was to collect tax. That's what they claim by revenue. And even then, the reason he did that was because the company that was collecting the tax, the company is allegedly traceable to him. So if you pick a man on the street and you tell him, I want you to collect us in a given area, your percentage is 30%. He will be optimal. He will be highly effective. This is the summary. But let me tell you what he did in Lagos. One, he attempted to destroy democracy. He wanted to introduce what we call monarchical democracy. A democracy that is not reflected by the will and wishes of the people, but reflected by the choice of a man, and people should run around it. He introduced the concept in politics in Nigeria that we call take the queue, follow the queue. He was the only governor in Nigeria that during the period of 7 years, he has had to impeach his deputy governors 3 times and change them. If you have the time, I will tell you more about what they are campaigning with as an agenda or as a...
But now, Bowala has joined the team of over 1,000 media advisors to thiefnubu. You will be seeing him on TVs now. He will be ramming it through down your throats. How thiefnubu is working. Omo, if they say the devil is working hard, Bowala is working harder. You go see. thiefnubu did not hire experts, professionals, to come and help fix your Nigeria economy. He didn't hire experts, right, to come and help you fix your healthcare system, education system. No. thiefnubu has made over 30,000 appointments. Do you know that? You don't? Mawe. Charm is saying that. Charm, see, if you need a break, you better take a break. We are not taking a break. Because the devil know they take break. So all of us who are going to be his victim, we must not take break too. Whether you take break, if you come back in 6 months' time, you will still come back and meet the same mental draining issue of even worse. I advise you, if you want to take a break from the temple of truth, please do. even if now 1 week, go use them. The problem will still there here. You know they go anywhere. If you ask those who are doing the spiritual business in Nigeria, they will tell you the devil know they sleep. But you did there, you did snore. You not supposed to sleep too. You give them the same, the more you know, the more active you are, the likelihood you are going to make it difficult for them. Because that's what most of us are doing. They want us gone. All of us gone. Stop talking. Leave the people. People can never change. People can, see, there's nothing that can change this issue. Nigeria is conquered. Yeah, and all of that. But that's not how they feel. Every now and then, it may seem like they are in control, consolidating, but they don't have peace too. Not that way, not the way you think it is. Because somehow, they believe that, if we wake up tomorrow morning, may everything just explode. If you explode this night, and that is why the devil is working harder. These evil people, they are doing everything to make sure that more and more people are cut off from knowing what is going on. Because somehow, the news is tightening. Yeah, it is. It may not be so obvious. That's a problem, right? It will look like this is not working. You have no idea that it is working. It's just that it hasn't reached the critical mass yet. It hasn't yet. And that's why they themselves are hiring more and more propagandists, liars, manipulators, propagandists, people that are going to continue to try to, twist the facts, manipulate the whole conversation, deviate from the real issue. Because they have to. It's a big job. It's a big worry for them. But yeah, I approve. Take a break if you have to. But the problem goes, see, they here. They go anywhere. No, it's not going anywhere. The people hate them, but the people, when I say people, the real people who are supposed to take them down, they have not reached the critical mass yet. The critical mass means the number is not up there yet. When that moment comes, it will be like ye that is dreaming. It's in the Bible. So when the hour comes, it will be like ye is dreaming. You go be like saying the dream, say, oh my God, is this happening? Is this real? Oh my God, is this true? Is this Nigeria? Say, yeah, Nigeria, Baba. Auntie na Nigeria. Everything don't propose you. It don't scatter. Politicians don't run away. Really? Is this happening? Are you which kind of question? I say it's happening, Baba. Open your eyes. Everybody, you give one. Do you not know that those who they planted in the society, online, offline, to keep telling people that there's nothing you can do, nothing anybody can do. Thiefnubu go do it, yes. Nothing anybody can do. All those things, they are words. And people are paid to keep saying that, dropping it everywhere. But these guys themselves, they are not having that kind of peace. No, they are not. Why do you think any small thing, once they see the signal, before you know it, half of them have left the country? Secretly, they don't run away from the country. Why? If they are so confident, why do they always kind of run away when they feel like something is about to happen? Because they know if the shit is the fan, can't eat deep. They will run. And that's why we can't keep quiet. We can't let them get there to us. When I say get to us, you don't let them sort of get into your head. It's going to get worse and worse and worse before it can reach the rock bottom. A lot of us believe that what will be the bottom? What will be the last thing? I say, we don't know. That's why we want them to keep going. These guys need to keep going. You see this madness, this wickedness, this heartlessness. They need to keep it up. I don't want them to change. I know I'll be like I'm the bad person then. No, because my wish is nothing. But again, they need to keep going. They need to keep going to the point that they have this sense of conquerors. Like there's nothing anybody can do. Now they control everything. All of you are just making noise on social media. You're just making mouth. Nothing. We are in charge. We will do anything. We will do everything. I want them to keep feeling like that. It's important they do. So that they will now ignore all the signs and warnings of their own end. They will ignore it. It's very good. But if they should grow smart and they started using the public fund for the public good, that means they will escape. They will escape the judgment. I don't want them to escape. I want them to be so confident, like as they are, very confident. Like nothing where all of them are go do. Keep shouting, keep making noise. Why they keep suffering the people? Why they keep, squashing the opportunities that millions and millions are being denied, right? Squeezing it and squeezing, it's good. So that when the castle will burst, not the only Africa will hear them, the rest of the world will hear them. And all this West, they take before they will issue the warning to their citizens. Don't go to Nigeria, leave Nigeria now. We want you to leave Nigeria now. That time is coming. Oh dear, it's coming. This has been the worst of era in the history of that contraption. So what they are living on is called borrowed time. They know it. So if you need a break, take a break. I remember Empress. Empress was like, man, I had to leave my Egun's diary. I have to leave the table for some time because it was really, really getting to me every day. I was like, it was good for you. If you have to, please do. But for us, our TD we know they go anywhere. People would know the mess they are in, no matter how they try to propagandize them, no matter how much they try to sugarcoat it, no matter how much they try to threaten them, we will not keep quiet. We will continue to show it to everyone who cares to see and everyone who cares to listen. And we'll continue to water the soul of those who have been liberated. Like a flower, we'll keep watering it so that you won't die because it's going to be useful. That critical mass, we will reach that critical mass. We will break this hellhole. Watch. And it is their actions and their inactions that will further fuel it. Watch out. Let them keep it up. They must not stop. Loot everything. Everything. Loot everything. Anybody will talk. Put them for prison. Compromise the judiciary. Weaponize the police. Weaponize the military. Weaponize everything. Criminalize, protest. Keep going. Keep going. Oh yeah. Keep going. Sing for them to keep going. It's very important they should continue going. Until when they will hit the rock. Bah! The Titanic. Hit the iceberg. Bah! Irreversible destruction. They will be destroyed. Watch. Even their own vuvuzelas, they will join in burning them. You will see. People they are paying money to. And those ones who are singing their praises, those who are licking their asses, the ass lickers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the all risers, the Lagos Abobakus, Ushugba, Limajiris, the bat idiot, the bat start. All these guys, the Ronukus, they will join in burning them. Watch. And those ones that seems to have escaped, including Bokohari, and he said, well, when the whole thing will happen, those ones who are dead, they will be grateful that they are dead. If that pamolekun, the Daura pamolekun, Bokohari, if he's still around, you remember the last time that when they are doing the protests in the north, they smuggled him out of Daura, flew him out of entire Katsina state. You will see, Obasanjo go run. In fact, let me play this my song.
Ìgbà kan máa dé àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá ìgbà kan máa dé àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá tólóró máa sáré ọlọ́pàá máa sáré ayé máa sáré ẹyẹ tí ò dúró rere máa sáré àlórà máa sáré hs tí kò mọ kankan máa sáré everybody máa sáré gbogbo wa pátá máa sáré ìgbà yẹn ti dé àsìkò yẹn náà làwà. Ìgbà yẹn ti dé àsìkò yẹn náà làwà everybody máa sáré ọlọ́pàá máa sáré àwọn tó ń ṣòro gan máa sáré olúmọlẹ̀ máa sáré àpènà máa sáré olúwo ìlú gan máa sáré everybody pátápátá máa sáré gbogbo wa máa sáré àwọn ọmọ fantasy base máa sáré àwọn ọmọ tomorrow base máa sáré akíndóyin base máa sáré ayépéjọsọ base máa sáré everybody pátá máa sáré.
We'll see. For now, it is their moment, it is their time, and we want them to abuse it to the fullest. They must not change, they must not repent. Thiefnubu should be the Lord, like king. It should be treated that way. He should keep doling out appointments, and money, whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. They should continue that way until it will reach the rock bottom. You know, so Atiku was with some youth. They actually have a name for them, right? And he said something about giving up his life for blah, 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 blah. Here is one of these guys. See, Wala was Atiku's spokesperson just less than 2 years ago. Okay, in fact, like a year ago, he was still speaking for Atiku. Today, he's been appointed as a communication advisor to Tinubu to come and lie to you. Okay? There are still some other youth who met with Atiku. I think it was yesterday. I have a copy of that. Let me share that with you. What happened or what transpired.
How are you? You say northern minorities? Yes. I'm Muslim minority.
Minorities tribe, we have seen is need for us as minority tribes to come in one umbrella to speak with one voice, especially in this time of challenge. We all know what is happening in this country. As youth, we have seen this need for us to contribute, and individually as tribes, we cannot do that. We have seen it will be more better for us to unite as minority tribe. As you all know, we have minority tribe here in the north, various states in the north and also in the south, like the Bayelsa, Rivers and Akwa Ibom and other states in the south. We have seen this need for us to unite, to speak with one voice. That is the aim for us, so that any challenge we have, we can unite and strategize, because they say two heads are better than one.
You know, some of you are younger than even my children. As I used to tell my children, I have lived my life. I thank God I have lived up to this age. My father never lived up to this age. My mother never lived up to this age. It is your own future that you are joking with, not mine. Therefore, you better be serious about your future, and you better take it seriously. And there is no way you can achieve without some of you making sacrifices. But if you are just waiting and think that changes will be given to you or will be delivered to you on a platter of gold, okay, most of you are having master's degree.
I never had a master's degree when I was given a job. In fact, it was automatic. You picked the kind of job you wanted. But today, most of you are having master's degrees but no jobs. Is very, very important for any government to make sure that its future is guaranteed. And what is the future? You. But here we have a government that does not care about education, does not care about employment, does not care about jobs, does not care about security, does not care about anything except themselves. So it is your challenge, it is your responsibility to free yourselves. All what I can assure you is that I'm always here for you.
Minority tribe of Nigeria. So they put themselves together to go and see Atiku and, to tell them about their challenges or the challenges in Nigeria, so to say. Talking about challenges. Wirewike has defended the houses is building for judges. And he said, no, it's not my idea. It's thiefnubu's idea. And it is part of 2024 budget. Oh, the clown. Listen.
It was approved by Mr. President, sent to the National Assembly in 2024 budget that there should be construction of judges and justices' quarters. That they must move judges from where they are renting houses. They don't even know where they are living. Where they are living among criminals. We rented houses where the landlord will say, look, you have not paid. Leave. It's embarrassing. A policy anybody should commend Mr. President. I'm only the implementer. Go and implement this. Federal Executive Council of Nigeria approved it. The contract and everything. People should commend the Tinubu's administration. At least, I don't want to talk on the area. Start from where we are now, FCT. What has been there for FCT? What has been the condition for the rural areas or the area councils as the case may be? Even in the city, was it working? Then I'll say the simple truth. Look, I was in Saburi. You remember, this year, we flagged off that project. And of course, they never believed it. It's a normal political thing. You come and flag on voting with that. Unknown to me, what I flagged up, I thought was just a struggle. Yesterday, I was there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at the happiness of citizens.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You need to see how happy. When I went to go and check this small road we are doing in Saburi, Abuja. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just to see the happiness of the citizens. Oh my God. I said, let me show you the road. Oh my God.
Everybody will do what we want and stuff.
Go and turn there. This one's are even
But this way we stop.
See that Baba world-class road? No, it's not completed. It's still under construction. They have to put that video out so that you will be like, where the Wike is only demolishing houses and building houses for judges, stealing people's lands. That's not the only thing he's been doing. Okay? He has this 500-yard road. Okay? In Saburi. They've not had the road there before. So when the Wike is doing the road, oh my God, you need to see the happiness of the people. See what Mr. President is doing. Abuja. And he said that the judges are living with criminals. Judges in Abuja, they are living in John Beloro with the Wike. Is building over 200 billion naira worth of houses for judges because they are living with criminals. We don't even know where they are living. They are living with criminals. The landlord will say, okay, you have not paid your rent. Oh yeah, leave. We cannot do that. We should be commending Mr. President. We should be commending Mr. President because Mr. President. God damn it, man. Okay. So a piece of advice, okay? With a Wike, you need to build houses for teachers too. Because teachers are there. They need houses. In fact, teachers need houses. All these judges have houses in Abuja. But the way you are bribing them, buying houses, building houses and buying them cars, we know it's all ahead of 2027. For those ones you are chasing away from their lands in Abuja, we all know that it's also ahead of 2027. And the way they look with a Wike, the way you are looking, sure say, if they look like say, go even make until 2027. It's not looking as if to say you are healthy enough to make it to 2027. So build houses for teachers too. Let teachers in Abuja, let them have houses. Because now them, they live inside chances. Poorly paid. Your judges in Abuja judges are rich people. They are not living with criminals. They are living in eyebrow areas. And we know why you stole people's land to build houses for them. Build for teachers too. Build houses for doctors too. Let doctors have houses too. Okay? So maybe by then, we will not be suspecting that you are bribing judges. Abi, what do you think? Yeah. Let them build houses for teachers. Doctors. Those are essential workers. Is that not what they are called? Essential workers. Their job is very crucial and very much like impactful. Okay. But we all know that when they asked him that you are collecting people's land and you are giving it to your friends, said, should I give the land to my enemies? Do you want me to give the land to my enemies?
Come to put changes. It's not going to be easy. It's like you're fighting corruption. Corruption will fight back. Yes, that's what's going on. Corruption will fight back.
Yes. Well, Your Excellency, the deed has been done. The demolitions have happened. And I believe one thing that is on the minds of everybody right now is what is the next line of action for your administration for these shanties that are now empty lands?
I will not allow shanties. Forget about what the empty lands, that no land will be empty. There are things to do for development of the state.
The allegation is that you are planning to use those land as settlements for your friends.
Yeah, what is that?
No.
Yes, what is that? So what's that? That I have something to give to my friends, I will give it to my enemies. So what rubbish is that? Please, you see, I tell you before all this. So you, as you sit down here now, I should bring my enemies. No, tell me that I should. See, I do the right thing. It doesn't matter what anybody says. My conscience says, look, what am I doing? Am I right? The moment I'm convinced that I'm right, I go ahead. Forget about people. Is there anywhere you'll be in office, people will not say, yeah, I did this for your friends. So if you don't do too, they will come and say, after you were there, your friends were suffering. People write you, after all, you're a governor, your parents are suffering, your parents are walking on the road, there's no car. They even go buy a car for them. Come.
At least he is honest. That's how much these guys have taken over that contraption. He's not denying it. Yeah, yes. You see my enemies? Do you want me to give it to my enemies? After all, if I am there, they say, okay, well, what did you do for your friends when you are there? If your parents are like working, you say you did not buy a car for your parents when you are there. At least he's honest. You know, he's honest to you by telling all of you that, yes, I will give you the land to my friends and I will give to anybody I want to give to. Is it my enemies you want me to give it to? The Ronukus are defending that online right now. They said, share Atif Kusef, no talk, saying, Ingo sell NNPC. Ingo sell Nigeria refineries to his friends. Shebi Atif Kusef said the same thing. Atifku is not going to collect. Atifku didn't say he will collect a Dangote refinery and give it to his friends. Atifku said he will sell off the Nigeria refineries and stop spending money on them. And then the journalist asked that, is it going to be like the same way you sold some of Nigeria properties to your friends? And he said, yeah, if I have to sell to my friends, as long as they will be able to run it, Where the wiki is collecting people's lands, invalidating their documents, calling their properties shanties and demolishing them. And he's right there on TV telling people that those people that invalidated their documents, they were scouters. I mean, sorry, it's not scouters, squatters. Like they are squatting on the land. He said they were trespassers who trespassed on the land. The land will be seen at their own with documents. He invalidated their documents, called their houses shanties, and demolished everything to be redistributed by giving the land to his friends. It is called state capture for a reason, right? State capture. Anyway, in Ondo State, they're having election in 2 days, okay? And this mama was like, I sign, whoa. Hey, yo, boy.
Bàbá kí ló kàn pẹ̀lú tí ẹgbẹ́ fún ilé ìyáde kí ló kàn ìyáde máa máa jíjà lè jẹ́ ìlú. Bàbá kí ló kàn pẹ̀lú tí ẹgbẹ́ fún ilé ìyáde kí ló kàn ìyáde máa máa jíjà lè jẹ́ ìlú.
Adalamu. The old woman said, may APC no come closer to our area. You know, she don't want to see APC. They were campaigning. Okay? Because it's already written. It's expected that APC will rig like they did in Ondo. They are going to rig the Ondo elections, okay? And the formality is just to make it look like they are doing a campaign, they are doing elections. The old woman went inside, brought out her machete. And she's like, she doesn't want APC, or she doesn't want APC in her area. They should go away. They should go away. She's been through hell like that. So, Mama, remember that she, Masha, you know, even if they grow old, they still know they calm down. Because Ondo people are considered as one of the most very stubborn people in Nigeria. One of, I didn't say they are the most stubborn, but one of the most stubborn people. And usually, like, they know the mind to settle scores with more dragon out like that. Well, I wasn't expecting that from an old woman. That's how much frustration that APC has sort of, imposed on people's lives. It's only insane people that you see still gathered around APC. But it's unfortunate that you have a lot of insane people in that contraption right now. I don't even know where to start it from, man. The healing, you don't even know where to start it from. Well, I came this evening because I was going to take a break today, then I felt like there are some people that need this dosage. If they don't see Mayegun for a whole day, Mayegun no day around brunch time, no day. Prime time, no day. Waiting happen, waiting I want to do with myself today. Mayegun no come on. As I was like, okay, I'll come around and come and kind of give you a gist. You see, I did my best to make it more lively, jovial. It sounded like funny, but it's also pretty much like a soul-searching, thought-provoking. Depends on, because, I thought it was, I did the best job by making it more like lighter, where some of you were laughing and laughing and laughing. I didn't know that despite that, Charm will still get so pressed that she felt like, man, this is serious. I think I'm going to take a break from the Temple of Truth. So maybe I shouldn't have come. But as others, dear Templars, I am not taking calls this evening, okay? But I'm going to see you tomorrow if I'm not too tired again, right? Because I do not really take my rest for granted, I have to be honest, okay? I usually just, if I feel like I just want to sleep, they will empty the house for me, take the kids out, and I can have the best rest for hours. So that was why I didn't come on earlier, okay? Well, thank you for sharing your evening with me. And to everyone else, or all of you, right? Remember, a shout out to our sponsor, even though we're not having the phone in this evening. Okay, so those of you who have not really checked out the Yarosulula's digital, concept, right? Please do, right? They are the sponsor for our calling segment on Mayegun's Diary Political. If you are looking for an opportunity, a business training opportunity where you can start something new, okay, something you are going to do yourself, right? This might be the opportunity for you. If you're looking for that financial freedom, so to say, this might be an opportunity for you. It is not an MMM, as I used to remind all of you, okay? It's not a get rich quick, whatever. You have to do the work. So it starts with the training. First thing first, you have to sign up, which will cost you $149, right? So you get all the package, the training, the phone in and all that stuff. Then if you feel like this is something you can do, please go further, okay? And then you probably will have a lot to thank me for after. But if you also feel like, no, this is not for me, you can cancel it and get your money back, your $149 back. Okay? So to others, thank you for spending your evening with me. To Labours, our Oga in the Yoruba Union. So I am going to start a fundraiser, partially though, we are going to raise millions of naira for the Yoruba Union's 2025 activity. Maybe we should go and write our own budget. Labours, let's go and write our own budget. How much do you think we can spend in helping our people in Yoruba land from January 2025, including the children, their education, the elderly, their well-being, as well as those who are doing their best to keep us safe in security and all that. We can write our own small budget to tell us how much million we will need. And I can tell their Templars to help us chip in a penny, $1, a pound, or a cent. So I am going to be here to raise a fund for the Yoruba Union come December, so to say. And then I will tell you what we intend to do. For those of you who have known us for what we do, the Yoruba Union and our activities, right? I will also be bringing some of our people onto the program to come and share with you our visions and going forward. I just thought I should say that before I go. So thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening or night. I am going to see you again when I see you. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó dódòdó. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Máyégún dáyàrí politico. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni.
ó fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù máa yé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.